Hello everyone, this is PHTV4. I'm Sue Jankowski, and we are here with our Meet with Moraine program today. And we're really fortunate to have Dr. Kristine Christensen here today, and I'm going to read her title. She does lots of things here. She's a professor of computer information systems and director of faculty development. Welcome to the program today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, we're so glad because we love hearing all about who's working at Moraine Valley and all the different departments and what they have to offer. And I'm excited for you, the viewers, to learn about this because computers are in the world and you've got one, and sometimes you're kind of stymied by some of the new innovations that technology provides for us, and learning those new things can be challenging for sure. But before we get started on that, Kristine, how did you end up at Moraine Valley? And just a little bit of your history. How long have you been there and so forth?
Oh gosh, I've been at Moraine Valley for about, this is my 26th year.
Oh,
so
wow.
I've been there a very long time.
That's great.
And I was just finishing up a master's, and I saw a job opportunity for teaching at the community college, which I always appreciated because I was a product of it. During the summers, I was able to get a second bachelor's because I took classes at Moraine Valley. Mm-hmm. And I liked the environment that Moraine Valley had. So when I saw an opening for an IT instructor, I thought, oh, I'm going to throw my name in the hat. I was finishing up a master's in information systems, so I thought, why not?
Right.
And I had just been a teaching assistant at Governor State, and I was teaching 2 classes there as well. So I thought that's where I got the teaching bug. I really liked it. So I thought if I could help people discover their love for technology as much as I love it, that's a win-win for me.
So initially you didn't think I'd get into teaching, but then through time you decided that's something I'm really interested in.
Oh, absolutely. I thought I was going to be, I was going to go into the business world because I had finished my MBA and I was getting an IT degree because they complement each other very well. And I thought, they asked me to be at Governor State the weekend before semester started. They were short a teacher. Ooh. They said, could you teach for us? On Monday? I was like, okay, I try. Sure. What's the worst? My dad always said, always say yes, and just try it. So I tried it, and I ended up loving it. I loved I loved when students got the aha moment. I know that's so cliche to say, but when they got it and they got excited about it, it made me excited. Mm-hmm. So it's a fun environment to work in because you're helping people better themselves and get and possibly change the trajectory of their opportunities.
And that's what I like pointing out to our viewers is sometimes you start thinking one way and then your path takes you somewhere else, and you can change your path as you go along. It's fine to do that, and you did it.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so now what kind of skills are the students learning in computer information systems programs? Maybe discuss the difference between that and like computer science, if there is even a difference.
Oh, they're close, but they're different. So I appreciate that. Computer science is more about the very, very technical. So that's talking about computing, computational thinking, software development, algorithm development. That's setting up the programs and possibly engineering. Whereas computer information systems is more like an intersection between technology, people, and organizations. It's trying to find your fit and helping people and the organization leverage technologies to be more efficient, but considering the user too. So it could be, CIS could be web development, it could be a cloud deployment, it could be software development as well. There's all sorts of different areas in computer information systems, and you can be good at a multitude of things. So database decisions and all of those different disciplines are seated under computer information systems.
So if you're interested in one particular strain of something, do you really need to know all of what you just said, like a big umbrella of this information if you want to go out into the world and be part of a business community or something?
Oh, sure. It's good to have a foundation and an understanding on how everything fits together, almost like a puzzle, but you could definitely specialize. I'm going to be a specialist in database administration, or I'm going to be a specialist in web development. By having database administration or database understanding is important. Having computer programming a little bit is important. So you have this nice foundation, but then you're building on it with a specialization that you like.
Okay, we hear a lot about cybersecurity. So what about cybersecurity? I mean, what does somebody learn about that and how to control that? Or are they like based in cybersecurity somewhere and that's what they do?
Oh, there's both. So but one thing I'd like people to take away is that cybersecurity is so varied. There are so many different types of job roles and work roles underneath it. And I think that Hollywood has done a disservice because most people, when you think of cybersecurity, you think of someone in a hoodie, in a white van outside your house trying to hack your network or someone's network. So it really isn't. It's a lot. So you could be highly, highly technical on the cyber defense side where you're like trying to fortify companies and so people can't break into those companies. Or you're very human oriented. A lot of times people get in through people like me, or humans are the weakest link of any infrastructure because we want to be helpful. A social engineer could say, oh, that poor person's got 10 boxes in their hands. Let me open the door for them. And then there's an entryway into a company.
Oh, yeah.
So, the cool part is that you can be, again, like highly technical. You can straddle both human and technical by being in business because you understand how to kind of audit a company to make sure that their security controls match what they say they match. Or you could be very human. There are studies about how people select passwords from having a background in psychology. So I really want to convey that there's a place for everyone in cyber, and it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be very specific, although it could. But if I'm in automotive, if I'm in manufacturing, if I'm in healthcare, I need to know and have a side of cyber too. Those are all sectors that get attacked a lot. And that critical infrastructure,
right.
The operators of the operational technology and the information technology, there's sometimes this little chasm that they don't talk about because OT, which is operational technology, the PLCs and those types of things, might be a little outdated or might not have an update. And IT tries to work with them, but there might be a little bit of a chasm. By having the knowledge of security, then you can say, how can an adversary, what's the entry point into our area? So, but in order to do that, you have to know the context that you're operating in. That's the cool part about having a side of cyber. So if I know if I know my concept or my context, like if I know manufacturing and I know a little bit of cyber, I can say this is how the adversary might get in. And then I can then strengthen any kind of and my fortify or protect my company from getting breached or attacked by a
now
adversary.
with a big company, I suppose there's a whole team of people in like a security kind of thing, or are most of these people like a consultant and they come in and they help a business set up security, a cybersecurity type thing? How does the person get a job or work that way?
A lot of times, if you're entry level, you'll get a job by going through the help desk and getting into, if you're a technician, you'll get into the help desk and you'll understand the foundation of how everything works together, and then they'll start strengthening it and you're securing it. If you're at one of the larger organizations, you might be an incident response team. You might be on their different security teams. You might be a programmer that knows how to code correctly for what they call secure coding. There's also privacy. There's so much data that's out there, and AI is just making it that much more about everyone. So you might be a privacy specialist that might work with a security team because the whole idea behind cybersecurity is ensuring that our data is safe. So there's something called the CIA triad, making sure our data is confidential, available, and isn't changed. There are two frameworks, the NICE framework, and they have 42 work roles under cyber. And then the Department of War has their work role framework, and they have 72 different work roles. So there's so much. There's a place for cyber. So you could even be highly specialized in cyber defense. or cyber operations, that's highly technical. Cyber defense is looking at the policies of the company. If you're a communications major, if there's a breach at a company, you could be the person talking to the public about what happened without giving away some of the operational issues on the back end, because adversaries might be watching that communication or communicating to the customers what happened. There's a place for everyone.
And it sounds like a lot of places, because all of this technology is huge, and it keeps coming forward. And now with AI, you do worry about your privacy and so on. I want to talk for a minute about this grant that Moraine Valley secured, which was for $900,000, which is quite a bit of money, for advanced technological education, a grant from the National Science Foundation. And it goes to cybersecurity career awareness and exploration initiative. So how did this get integrated into the college? I mean, that is a lot of money, and what is kind of being done with it, and how does it affect the career awareness and exploring the possibilities?
Oh, absolutely. We had a grant from the National Centers of Academic Excellence funded through the NSA, and previously, and what some of the goals were is to go around the Midwest and talk about different curriculums and resources, and try to establish pathways between high school to colleges to the workplace. And one of the common things I noticed in my travels around those schools is that the counselors and the advisors were unaware of the breadth that cybersecurity had. And again, that nice image of a hacker in the hoodie up to nefarious things.
Yes. We could find those.
Yeah, I was like, those are always on the TV and on the shows.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, they thought of that. So instead of giving that perception, I said, well, wait a minute, there's a place for everyone in cyber. And I was talking to several of them. And then we didn't know that, and they're so stressed. The counselors and advisors normally have high student ratios, so they might be 200 students to one advisor and counselor.
Yeah, it's huge.
And in addition to that, with all the there's a lot of retirements, and we call them the silver tsunami. Like, people are retiring now, and then new people should get ushered in, but there's workforce shortages and welding, manufacturing. So a lot of these areas are having a demand for new people to enter those retirement spots. But cyber is one of them. I'm very interested in it because I like my air and I like my electricity, so I want to secure the nation.
Yes.
And the only way that people can find their footing in cyber is to know what's out there and to create an awareness of those jobs. And one really good point of contact are the counselors and the advisors and the parents and the decision makers, because they just don't know how many. I didn't know, and I was at a school renowned for cybersecurity, and I had just gotten into it within the last 7 years. So, and I thought, oh my gosh, there is so much, and cybersecurity wasn't around as it wasn't labeled that when I was in school. That's a long time ago, but now that it's more popular. Not popular. Now it's greater. Its need is greater. It needs to be. We need to fill those spots for our nation's security, and also for our intellectual property, for businesses, and just to stay safe. We saw what happened in Minnesota with the water issues. So that's just one instance.
Well, so does this impact, having a grant like this would actually impact the future students? Mm-hmm. I mean, because there's more available to them and more awareness, I guess, too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, and they might go towards computer science. They might go to different areas. And I was like, just have a side of cyber. If you're in automotive, I really want you to have a side of cyber. They can hack your car if someone wanted to. So how do you, if you're into into automotive, so you understand how the system sits and how it all works together. So how do you strengthen it? And we're hoping that creating that awareness. With the cybersecurity roles, the vast amount of ways in which you can, even if you have a little bit. So the Explore site, I put together explorecyber.org, and the purpose is to show students, parents, counselors, and advisors all the different career paths that are out there for them. And there's also different tools and different games that they can like explore to see whether or not database administration's for them, penetration testers something for them. But this community, the cybersecurity community, is rich with resources, and Explore Cyber is really, the purpose is to be like a dial pad and to educate the counselors and advisors. So the first year we're writing a book that like a guidance book to give to the counselors and advisors along with the students and the parents. 'Cause parents and decision makers in the student's life can really help. And this is also true of people that want to pivot careers. Because it's a great field. And I'll say cyberseek.org, if you go to that site, currently there's 535,000 jobs unfilled in cyber. And that's a lot. And CyberSeek allows you to look and zone into areas like Illinois, Indiana. You can go all over the place to see how many jobs are remaining open in cybersecurity because there's not enough talent to fill it. So that's another reason to ensure that people know their pathways, how to get started, and then what to do. So creating an awareness is the first step, but then saying, so now that you're aware and you kind of know what you like, this is your next step. I also created a personality matcher. So it's almost like, I'm going to call it Carl Jungian because I don't want to trademark anything. But based on your personality, what work role would fit? So if you like puzzles, if you like working on your own, you might be more of a technical, highly technical. If you're a people person that likes to see the big picture, you might be an auditor. So if you go to explorecyber.org, you'll see that resource there, but there's also another resource to tell students, and I know this is a little off, but like that if you're, it's called 16 personalities. Based on your personality type, what kind of career is good for you? So that's what we're trying to say, like if match our students to help the young students, because they might be very adept at technology, but they might not say, well, how am I going to, what's a career for me?
Right. Oh, that sounds wonderful, and I'd like to put those sites up as we, close our show today. We'll put it up on the screen. But that is really great because, like you said, if you don't know all the other parts that you could be involved in or what fits your personality, this would help people do that. And they can just find these things and get started on just exploring that and what would be good for them. And is that part of then some of the grant initiative that we're doing? Well, that sounds fantastic. So they can find out more about the Computer Information Systems Program or Cybersecurity Career Awareness by doing that.
That or for the Moraine Valley program, you can come to our school, you can visit our website, you could talk to the faculty. We'd be more than happy to talk to you about it. Our advisors and counselors are very aware of our program, but it's a great program. And one thing that we instill in our students, because as someone in technology, you have to be a lifelong learner. And we try to impart on our students the foundational skills of being a critical thinker, creating cognitive friction in a productive way, not saying like, we're not going to make these barriers for you, we want you to learn. So you'll take those skills that we develop while you're in the classes, and then it will be easier for you to maintain your understanding of technology and move forward, but also come back to Moraine Valley because we're always at the cutting edge of technology. We very much try to. We also, if someone's interested, our counselors and advisors are awesome. And one other thing is that we ensure our curriculum is up to date because we have advisory boards and we talk to business and industry about what's important for our students to know and learn so that they can be day one job ready. So that's one thing I'd like to impart on the audience too.
With the program at Moraine Valley, would a student be able to learn enough to get out into the job market, or is this a nice base and then they need a little bit more in a four-year institution? Is that something they have to do?
Oh, and that's a great question. We've found that some of our students have both. Some of our students have had experience before they return to Moraine to get their degree so that they can go back in the workforce and maybe go up the ladder a bit because they got their degree. For young students that might not have experience, they might have to get like an internship to get ready. But if they get that experience and they have their degree, we are preparing the technicians for the workforce. So those are people that can just go right in and start doing hands-on. So if they want to go up into management or get maybe higher jobs, then I would definitely say maybe you consider the next 2 years and get your baccalaureate, or maybe try to get a job and have your employer pay for your baccalaureate.
That's a good way to go.
Yeah, I always try to, and then you get experience at the same time.
You do, yeah.
And try to get an internship, while you're doing this, because there are skilled. Our students are highly skilled, and I have some of the success stories of my students. I'm very proud of them, and we always want people better than us. So I was like, wow, that one student's really, really doing, not just one, but one in particular.
Many, yes.
Many. I was like, they're doing better than me, and that's what you want to see.
You do. Well, that just sounds wonderful. So before we go, is there anything else about the grant or the computer information systems program that you want to mention?
Oh, gosh. Well, just that our grant is in our second year of the 3 years, and we're very appreciative to the National Science Foundation for supporting us and seeing value in this, because it's really important that career counselors and advisors can help confidently and with knowledge and skills and abilities to help our students explore those cybersecurity roles, because it is a lot. So this grant is to help kind of demystify all of that. It's a lot. So
okay.
And also to save them time. We have lots of resources that they can give their students, because we know time is limited. Okay. And if we have a follow-up email template, we have resources that if the student becomes really excited about something, and again, that Hollywood stereotype, the parents are like, what do you want? You want to be a hacker outside someone's house? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But we want to say there is a lot of potential for you, and it's there are job openings all the time. And if you're good at cyber, there's zero unemployment. But you have to put your work and time into it. So it's not just get your degree and now I'm going to be a cybersecurity specialist. You have to capture the flags, different type of club activities. There's memberships, and as a student, the ecosystem they call the cybersecurity ecosystem is very, very supportive. So there's a lot of resources for students and scholarships and opportunities to go to DEF CON, which is the big hacking conference that just happened in Las Vegas recently. So there's so much, and I just really, really want people to know that this is a wonderful field to be in IT and cyber. And if your passion is in a different area, but you like technology, consider a side of cyber, because that will make you even more valuable.
Okay.
Because then you can strengthen your company's cybersecurity posture.
That sounds great. And I think there's a lot of our viewers out there, like you said, they want a career change, some of them. Some of them are just getting started. And this is a great way, and sounds like lots of job opportunities. And if you are sort of interested or really interested, we're going to put some things up on the screen for you, or go right to Moraine Valley Community College, which is located in Palos Hills, as I'm sure you are aware, and find out about it and get started. Because if that's interesting to you, you want to have a job in your life that's interesting, and you feel that you're serving a purpose. Mm-hmm. And thank you so much for coming in today, Kristine. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, we love talking to all of our friends at Moraine Valley Community College. And we will be back next month with someone else that we'll talk to and find out more great information. Thank you so much for watching us today. See you next time.